executive to do things in a way that will lessen the sufferings of the citizens.
Because many express fears that this could turn out to be more complicated than, just mere talk when it begins in tandem with normal operations.
These are problems, and for us, engineering is a problem-solving profession. And we say these problems, we can solve them. And we mean we can solve them. And we know it has been solved in this way in many other places around the world. So there's no reason why this cannot be. Now, to begin to shuttle people from one location to 100 and something kilometers away many times a day and so on and so forth is the most complicated thing anybody can think about.
That is another problem, really. That's one of the arguments people pose, to say that the state of bad road between the Kaduna-Abuja road is really terrible. And this is a problem that, we see all over the country, not just Abuja-Kaduna road. Why do we really have this, this huge problem really in the country when we have a lot of money, dissected, or a lot of money, set aside for infrastructure in the country?
Well, I think also that the business model for those roads or those infrastructures has not been right. Much of these roads, we just get them built and everybody disappears.
And we have a national body in charge of this.
That's FEMA.
We also have engineers in charge.
No, I mean, engineers are in charge to the extent they are empowered. The people in charge of the road, are the government officials. The government is in charge, represented by the ministers of the ministry. They are the clients. Engineers only come to work to the extent they are allowed to work. Either that they are employees of the ministry, or that they are consultants to the ministry, or they are contractors, or employed by these contractors and consultants. And in each case, they function to the extent that they are allowed to. A great highway engineer will not just put on a shirt and trouser and go to the road and begin to shove earth and move asphalt and so on. Somebody has to pay for that. And it is from there that you really begin to imagine the dimensions of the problem. Our people have come a long way learning that and living their life that roads are free. And if you look at a road, a road is very serious hardware and costs a lot of money. Just like telephony. You have stations and all kinds of switching stations for telephone, costing quite some money also. But between Kaduna and Abuja, the links are just the spectrum, natural, like air. But to go on road from Abuja to Kaduna is a continuous road that, you have to build and you ought to maintain. We build, yes, but to maintain, I'm not sure that we are into it, because in places where they maintain roads, especially when they do PPP, you'll find that you run a road the way you run a factory. You don't build a factory and then everybody disperses. You build a factory, commission it, and people begin to work to make products. On a road also, when a road is commissioned, people ought to operate it and maintain it. And the best model for doing that is the PPP, concessioning.
All right, Engineer Onyeji, please hold on with your thought. Please join us again for more on the state of infrastructure in Nigeria. Welcome back. We're still with the president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Onyeji. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you, Gloria.
Well, let's continue now with the infrastructure, basically, which is really key to national development. Now that we lack this, where do you see us in Nigeria, really?
Well, where I see us is that we are at the threshold of some big developmental initiatives. Because the fact that our infrastructure state is the way it is an opportunity to begin to do big things. Because, I mean, when you look at the roads, for example, for the federal government, the basic requirement of connecting state capitals with dual carriage roads is yet to be achieved. I mean, Lokoja to Benin, still single carriage, and Omahia to Owerri, single carriage, and so many like that. Benin to Akure, for example. These are all roads that we need to get going. And yes, expecting that the government would be able to do all that within a decent interval might be a tall order. But then there is this option of, you know, the public-private partnership with appropriate framework of concessioning. And if we embrace that and really fix those roads, I believe that with what we experienced in the mobile telephony, where the services at least came better than what we used to experience with Nitel, and you saw that people were willing to pay. The efficiency, of course, was not that high at the beginning, but it kept improving to the extent it is now. There's still room for improvement, but people are at least satisfied with the services that they are paying. And the people, the stakeholders involved in that have been making lots of surpluses. The same thing is what we experience will happen in electricity. We expect also that will happen in roads, in water. And if the services are there, if the roads, a definition of a road excludes the existence of even one pothole. And we had it in Nigeria.
Well, what went wrong?
Yeah, when we had it in Nigeria, night time was travel time.